Amazonia, our fellow brave warriors of our liberation movement. Accept liberation greetings from me, Comrade John Akuro, this Sunday, the 15th day of September 2024. I'm delighted to be on this set again today for us to continue our mobilization towards a very resounding World Ambazonia Day. That is October 1, 2024. My dear people, I greet you wherever you are. I specifically want to recognize all our people on ground zero from the Siaku, getting through Mwangwelong, and I moved to Nyazazo, moved to Kumba, I moved to Nguti, moved to Ntenako, I moved to Ewele, and then I moved to Kekpoti, I moved to Bamenda, I moved to Boya, to every part of Ambazonia, and to all of you who are in Modele, greetings to you all and congratulations for working as hard as you could to make sure that we continued to make our voices heard. Making our voices heard is of the utmost importance because we have to continue to tell the world that we are not happy with what is going on, that our country is still stolen, and that France, that Paris is continuing to sponsor a genocide in the former UN Trust territory of British Southern Cameroons through La République du Cameroun, using La République's ailing nonagénarian dictator, Mr. Paul Biya. So we have to continue to make our voices heard. This Monday, of course, is our traditional ghost towns, and I want to hail you all for continuing to keep these days. I want to extend hearty regards to all our brave hearts. All My Place Day, 21 armored car for all. And I know that we are at war, so people fall from time to time, and I heard about what happened in Tadu. I want to extend heartfelt sympathy to our comrade Big Vulture and to all those who are in that area and to all our brave hearts in general. We must continue to stand by each other in this battle for freedom. My dear people of Amazon, I want to hail and congratulate all of you who continue to defy gravity, who continue to defy the odds, and to contribute to the advancement of this liberation movement. I want to assure you that our contributions, our collective efforts will not go in vain, because this is the people's collective fight for freedom. I say the people's collective fight for freedom. Those of us who are involved in the front lines in prosecuting, we are only servants. We're only tools, and that's what we will remain, in the hands of the powers that be, in the hands of the Almighty, to see how to take us to safe shores. My people of Ambazonia, before I delve into the core of our conversation, it's going to be right ahead because I have a couple of things to handle first before I get there. So if you are just joining this live show, I know it's pretty late in Ambalan, getting to about 10 p.m. Amba, I know it's pretty late in Ambalan, pretty late on ground one, pretty late on ground two, and in some parts of Europe. I would implore you, if you are just joining, please share the link. Share the link as much as possible and fasten your seatbelt. Don't go away. You know, I was away, and so we have to play catch up, and we really have to do that because, like, seriously, we have to get to where we are going to. Nothing should by any means stop us. Again, I won't even go further than extending fresh thanks to our compatriots in Canada who have demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that they are the pace setters right now. I was looking at the comments and I saw some of the things you said, that there is not a single member of what is called the leadership of our liberation movement in Canada, but see just how organized they really are, and just how much they were able to make the entire Ambazonia proud. Folks, I'm assuring you, I know that us in the United States of America, we are bearing the brunt when it comes to, the blame that we are the epicenter of the division. But trust me, we will make baby steps to come out and we will get there. And so don't be surprised if on Friday, September 20, the Ambazonians, Southern Cameroonians, aka Ambazonians in the United States of America, give our foes, our compatriots in Canada, a run for their energy. I call that healthy competition. And so that's why I'm beginning this show right away by reminding you, in case you forgot, that on Friday, the 20th of September, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., come out en masse. And this will be at 405 East 42nd Street, New York. In New York, the Big Apple, that's how we call it here, New York. Listen, folks, let me get a flyer off screen before I say this, because I want to say it and be looking into your eyes. You are in this country. You want asylum because you are running away from the torture of La République du Cameroun on you and me in Ambazonia. There is no reason why you should not be in New York, because that is the reason you are in this country. This country is protecting you because you are fighting for freedom. And so you cannot now suddenly become very comfortable. You cannot now suddenly become against the same thing that brought you out here. You really have to join ranks with us. Honestly speaking, search your conscience and ask yourself, you'll be doing both yourself, you'll be doing me and others in the leadership, you'll be doing our people on ground zero who are looking up to you, you'll be doing your family and friends back home justice if you stay home. I'm saying this because it will be absolutely ridiculous that you stay home. There are too many of us here. You wanted asylum many years before now for the same purpose. There is every reason why you have to be in New York. Folks, you did not win any asylum. You came here, you won your visa lottery, you came here, but you have seen what is going on to your people back on ground zero. You got enraged, you even started participating, and they kidnapped members of your family, and you paid ransom, and you felt that that was supposed to be the end of the world. That was the plan of the enemy. You really have to get back up to your feet, and we go back. I learned one thing from President Joe Biden recently in the United States of America. He said, anytime we fall down, we must get back up. Yes, we really have to get back up. We have to get back up and take back the mantle of leadership in the United States of America in prosecuting this liberation movement. Folks, trust me when I tell you, listen, I don't know who, or how they came about calling for this particular demonstration on the 20th. My thing would have been 22nd, but they chose the 20th. Offices will still be open in New York because the 22nd is a Sunday. I do understand them. So I wasn't consulted. Nobody talked to me. But you know what? That is immaterial. Totally immaterial. The most important thing here. So I'm saying that I was not consulted because you two say you were not consulted. Some of your leaders will tell you that they were not consulted. They don't need to consult everybody for us to do good. Please. All of that is immaterial. The most material thing, the most important thing here is that this demonstration has been arranged. Some people took the challenge to arrange for this demonstration. They have contacted, they have obtained the authorizations, they have ached their heads here and there to put together all the logistics. Please, you're not going there to please them. Because someone called me and said, oh, I've seen that they say they should contact Elvis Kometa, they should contact Elvis Eric Akenji. Is it an SCNC thing? Or is it that Kometa like that? I'm very angry with him. Yes, your anger against Comrade Elvis Kometa may be very justified. Please, I'm not saying drop your anger against him, but this event, you're not going there for Comrade Elvis Kometa. You can hate him, you can have your disagreements, you can have your everything with him, but this particular demonstration is not to glory him. It's for the interest of the Southern Cameroons. We should even thank him too for being at the vanguard of organizing it. Folks, we have to do everything for this demonstration to be a success. Like I said earlier, pick up your phone if you are in the United States of America. Make that very important call. Make that vital call. Call neighbors, call friends, call families, call those that you drink together. Call those that you meet in restaurants and eat together. Call those that you go to cabarets together. Call those that you go. Ask them, have you made carpooling arrangements? Have you made traveling arrangements? Because we must be in New York. I mean, especially all of those in the DMV, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. We all have to be in New York. There is no excuse for us not to be there. All of us are busy, but we must pick this day. Please do it in honor of the martyrs who have already fallen. Do it in honor of the thousands of our compatriots who are crippling and suffering seriously in the dungeons of La République du Cameroun. I want to tell you one horrifying thing. This morning, I was very tearful. That's why I started this show very late today. Because I actually intended to be here when it will be about 6, 7 p.m. Amber time. Or even earlier, or even 5 p.m. But I couldn't. Because a fellow compatriot reached out to me from the prisons in Condemnation. The picture he took upon himself to send to me of inspired father is suffering from a common hernia, right around his scrotum where he stands. His situation is despicable. He needs some little money for surgery. He has called left, right, up, down. He's not alone. There are thousands of our compatriots suffering in the dungeons of La République du Cameroun. Think of these people and tell yourself, I will not listen to any leader who tells me I should not go and demonstrate because he or she is not the one who called this demonstration. Say no to this divisiveness. Think of these people and go out there. Think of Sisi Kujilius Ayuktabe, who is there sweating. Think of Patterson Wilfred. Think of Panfongalamfo, who at his age ought to be taking care of his great-grandchildren, but he's still there fighting for you and for me. Think of Comrade Elias Iyambe, who would have been running his law firm too in Kumba. Think of Barrister Shufai Bless Sevisa. With all what they are going through, he started fighting for this thing many years back. Think of all of these people. Think of Comrade Penterens, who is hanging inside there. He's a teacher. He too should have been out there plying his trade. How long have they been there? Think of Mancho Bibixi. Sometimes we get angry against our people in there because it gets so bad and they have to play sometimes little tricks on us in order to survive. We need to understand what life inside there looks like. And we will know that in the place of anger will come sympathy. Folks, we have our compatriots who even in horrible conditions in various countries across Africa are preparing to show on October 1, on World Ambazonia Day, that they will never give up. They are seeking little assistance just to print t-shirts, seeking little assistance just to get flags, just to print some of that paraphernalia, so that they will be part of this global movement. They call me, Mr. Akuro, we need this little piece of, we need this little help. Some need just the equivalent of $100, of $200. Some even need just the equivalent of $50 to do the thing that they want to do. I can't get this money. When I come here, I say, look at amberrelief2018@gmail.com. Do me a Zelle. Do me PayPal using this URL. The least thing that you do will go in assisting in this. I often volunteer to say, insult me, insult and insult, but make this contribution, folks. Let's continue to pull our people together. I still have some few generous folks who have made it a point to constantly and permanently dip their hands deep into their pockets and help. But it's enormous. They can't stand on their shoulders all by themselves. I personally do a lot of it too, but I can't be able to do all of this by myself. That's why I'm urging you. That's why you're watching this show. Please do something. Don't just sit there. I want to say him again, as he has come again to beg money. I don't deny. Do something, please. Do something. Let's get our people going. But by all means, you are in the DMV area, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. You are in Washington District of Columbia. You are in, I guess DMV includes DC too. You are in New Jersey. You are in Massachusetts. Please, you can't afford to miss this demonstration. I'm not saying that those who are out of these states should not come. I expect people to come from all over, but most especially these ones. Come from Chicago. Come from Pennsylvania. You're from Pennsylvania, that's not so far. Just hop onto the train and you'll get out on Times Square. And before long, you'll be at the venue of this demonstration. We need each and every one of you there. We can't afford to miss this opportunity to send a strong message again to the world. So, one quick look again at this. So, the demonstration begins from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it will be at 405 East 42nd Street, New York. The zip code is 10017. Please make carpooling arrangements. I'm seeing here that there will be departures. Those who want to move, if you contact Eric Akenji, and his phone number is 301-523-9167. Reserve a spot or reserve a seat in one big bus that is being arranged there. And the departure from Greenbelt Mall will be at 6 a.m. There are several other arrangements being made. Just reach out and make sure you get involved. That said, we also have another event, and this time it will be in Rome. We go across here, we just keep going. I just want to talk about this event quickly, then we'll move into the crux of our matter. So this event in Rome, I'm trying to get the details out here pretty quick so that we all get it. Although you see it on your screen, I know sometimes it could be, should I say, the characters may be small, that you are not able to see. That's why I want to read out some of those things to you myself, even as you're seeing. But I know sometimes you can actually pause and zoom your screen, and you will see that. So the Southern Cameroon's Rome 2024. So that's the Southern Cameroon's Independence Humanitarian Fundraising Event will take place in Rome, Italy, from September 27 to September 28, 2024. Please, this event is very important. It's a conference that will promote peaceful negotiations to resolve the war and the humanitarian crisis in the Southern Cameroons. So in Rome, that the venue will be Sala Convegni Presso, CSV Lazio. That's in Lazio, and is via Liberiana 17, Roma. So please, you can get that. You can try to, pause, you zoom it, and then you will get all the details. So if you are in Europe, if you are in Italy, you're in Spain, in fact, you are in Europe, just mark this day, take the train, run to that place there, make your voice heard. Anything, anywhere that is coming up, please, let's make sure that we are a part of it. We need to change the dynamics about our land. Our people are sacrificing a lot. We need to give them reason to continue to sacrifice. We need to build this hope in them. This is absolutely important. It is so important for me. That said, let's have some, just get a feel of what our people are going through, even as they continue to observe the lockdowns, the ghost towns, the everything's, endure the torture, and all of this, to continue to stand strong and one with us. Look at what has become of the Kondo Titi Road. This is what our people endure. This is why we are in this fight. This is why we need to free our land, so that we alleviate this pain from our people. Take a quick look.
Wait, take the number.
No, I say so.
This is shameful. This is the road to a condo titi. And you know, a condo titi is, just next door to the home of someone who's in Yaoundé calling himself Prime Minister, John Wute Joseph. He's in Yaoundé calling himself Prime Minister, head of government. This is the road. Because to get to a condo titi, you pass through his village where he's chief, Bogongo. You pass through his village. You enter Bogongo, you enter Lobe, then from Lobe you are in a condo titi. That is the road that's leading to that area. Our association with La République du Cameroun has been a mighty curse. The only gift that John Wute, Chief Atemebako, and all of those people come from that area, and all of those people who come from all of these areas, all what they will go to offer them is to go and say, come out with placards and march on the small patches that will be looking a bit clean and say that you want Paul Biya to be your candidate for president for 2025. That's the only present that they will bring to them. And then the next thing they'll tell you, go out there and march again, go stand and say one and indivisible. What a curse. I say our connection with La République du Cameroun, because they are, just look at this. Take a look.
Don't make say, he said we don't go here back. He said them on nettoyer all Kako today. Now so they see all agents for community event. Don't go down. Them don't block all down close to them. And I don't contour them born themselves. But we would in say a better action. But he go take, that is the question. That action go take. If I say time with them the Rafale people for the mapan, they must dig all the mapan forgive them from them. Say na for ya una mo kali. Because if you will not give them some mapan with them go kali, them go so turn back for that same place.
Because Zembe una ba command demo. That the man we don't know, you don't know for neck. I don't know that he call me say Reme come out. Ma Zembe there from Boko. Wait my check all thing me say me the start say kwasan popi do me. Why don't know all my kulua pata. They don't chuchu people for they don't place. Don't stop you one know where to go. All of them are prisoner when they don't put them from Boko. All na wait you I don't know. People in the common for ghetto, they can't pick attack people. We don't want problem for that though.
Don't make say, you said we don't go here back.
So my people, anytime, a country that anytime you tune in to hear anything from there, it is story of pain, it's story of torture, it's story of destruction, it's story of underdevelopment, it's story of misery. How did we get there? How did we ever get associated to this kind of people? How? 2 days ago, I had a conversation with a nonagenian, Southern Cameroonian. She's about 93. And she said, my son, I heard that you were not well and I was so pained, so sick. But thank God, at least I could hear your voice is getting stronger, means you are getting back to yourself. She said, the only thing I do every day of my life is I curse that day in 1961 that we found ourselves merging with these people because they are not humans. I said, Mama, please don't talk. I said, no. That human beings have a heart. Human beings have a brain. Human beings at least think and have feelings. But these ones don't. They don't possess any of this. The rage I heard in her voice tells me that if we all were thinking in that fashion, we will not let anything get in between us and our determination to kick La République du Cameroun out of our land. This is a fact. Let's take a last stop in La République du Cameroun and come back to us. Look at this. And I want to warn you, it may seem a bit violent, slightly. And that is who they are. This is exactly who we are not. But that they have been trying at all costs to force us to be like that. I say, anytime you tune to anything in that country, this is what you get. Hold your mind.
say them on nettoyer all capital. Now so they say all agents for community event don't go down. Them don't block all down kiosks with them and I don't control them.
As you can see, that is municipal police. They come to the scene. They are coming to tell people, we don't want you to sell here, we don't want you to sit here. They can't be peaceful. They come, they start beating people left and right. And the people forced to defend themselves, you see what you are seeing there. That's exactly what you are seeing there. My people, it is crazy. Totally crazy. Totally crazy. What a shame. What a shame. So, I was bringing this just so that we see for ourselves that getting yoked with these people is the worst thing that should ever have happened to us. But unfortunately, that's where we are. That's where we are. We have to do everything in our power to get out of this. We have to do everything in our power to get these people out of our land. We have to do everything in our power to make sure that we win in this liberation movement. Otherwise, we are in for very difficult moments. That is where we have been. That is what this has landed us into. So folks, it's hard. It's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow.
We wouldn't say a better action, but you go take that is.
It's a very hard pill to swallow. But we will overcome it.
Question that action go take if one set away them the rafale people for the mapan, them must dig all the mapan forgive them from them. Say na for ya una more kali because if you wanna not give them some mapan where them go kali, them go so.
We're facing some challenges, but fortunately we have been able to resolve that technical issue. So my people of Ambazonia, let us take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk some very, very important issues. But if you are just tuning in, don't forget to rush to amberrelief2018@gmail.com. Use it as Zelle if you're in the United States, or PayPal if you're out of the United States, and make a quick contribution so we can assist our people in their preparations towards October 1, and especially our sister compatriots in the dungeons who have serious and very critical health concerns. Let's take a break. Thank you very much. That was a very brief and interesting trip to Manu. And now, folks, I had this development come to me. It's true that you must have seen it because lawyers have intervened. And this were compatriots who are on the ground who sent this to me. They say it can be real. Or early last weekend, that's last weekend, and this morning they were talking already on Monday. Most neighborhoods witnessed military invasion as the military went from house to house, and they were searching. The thorough search was carried out. Young boys above 12, so all young boys above 12 were arrested for unknown reasons. It was the worst mistake. That it was the worst mistake joining these people east of the Mongo. So the we're estimating that about 500 young boys were captured and were in custody from Tico, Boya, and Limbe. So they said, and they also said the fun is that none of those politically elected elites care about it, and it is not their business. They were suffering and smiling. Of course, I read from a document presented by a law practice that in the end there were about 70 of them in total captured for no good reasons. Folks, before I play the audio that was sent to me by a gentleman on the ground talking about this and other issues, I want to make this clear. These are not arrests. This is state-sponsored kidnappings. State-sponsored kidnappings. It's official. One thing you need to know is that these hoodlums or these thugs from Yaoundé who call themselves police, gendarmes, soldiers, or whatsoever, all of them who have been deployed into the southern Cameroons are building mansions or skyscrapers back in La République du Cameroon. Each time they sit down and then there is a serious emergency for materials that are running out of materials to continue their building projects from the war economy. What do? They go out there and organize these massive raids. And when they capture everybody for no good reason, they go and keep you. You will never leave from there without paying a ransom. They will not call it ransom. They say, oh, you have to pay some money to get them. Listen, there are times when they've taken people gone like that, they're taking 200,000, 300,000 from each person. And they sit there and share among themselves to continue their building projects back in their country. That is what they have been doing. All of them are involved right to the ranks of generals. Even the civil administration, the colonial civil administration is involved in this dragnet. Lele Lafrique de Benchofo. All of them are involved. Yeah. The colonial governor of the South, Okale Bilai Bernard, all of them, the colonial SGOs, they are all involved in this dragnet. Because if they were not, then the civil administration, they will ask, but what is going on? They never raised the little finger. We saw in Bamenda at some points, they went to hospital, went to hospital, scattered over 700 people for no good reason. Locked them up and they took them and they were taking, if you had a motorbike, you paid for your bike 20,000 francs and for yourself 10,000 before you are released. Whether you had ID or you did not have. Take this total, multiply by the number of people involved and see how much money we are talking about here. Where does it go to? To the government treasury? This is kidnapping for ransom. All of this going on, ngaringa. That's Mbelamoki Charles, he's seated there. He isn't seeing it. He isn't seeing the people whose knee is on his neck. He isn't seeing it. Mbelamoki Charles has not raised a little finger when they're telling him that over 700 young men, or over 70 young men per the lawyer, because that's something that at least I can quote official and I can hang on. Victor from Bonakanda Boya. Ngaringa. Mbelamoki Charles has not opened his mouth. But when it concerned Moja, who was torturing innocent citizens, Mbelamoki Charles was the first running helter-skelter, making noise up and down. I was spending sleepless nights to set Moja free. My people of Ambazonia, I hope you are seeing who is on your side and who is against you. Because they will come and stand there and tell you, oh, these poor rascals, we are this, we are that. This is the moment where you expect them to rise to the occasion. Where's Fotabetando? Where's Chief Mukete? You will not hear from any of them. Where's Peter Malfini Musonge? You will not hear from any of them. But they will come and gather the same young people. After they will go lock down, they will torture, they will come and gather because they are hungry. And offer them bread and salad. Say, go and stand and say, oh, this billboard, one Paul Biya to be our candidate for 2025. Shameful, disgraceful, embarrassing, and simply ridiculous. Let's listen to this comrade.
I said, brother, I know. You don't see what people are doing. But the same thing we can do for years from Tankun, Alakoma, Nito, Aziri, all over, all over. They collect people in total number 420. And you are very my friend, if 4 people collected to Google. They pay each people 10,000 for no reason. Commissioner, come and talk. Straight say, in man, you pay 10,000, 10 people. If you get bike, 20,000, plus yourself 10,000, 30,000. So, by man, you get, they take you up with your bike, you pay 30,000 plus 20,000 for bike, 10,000. People collect more than 10 million. This is why we came, man. Let me say, anyway, it's fine, it's a help to really prove to people when they work and sympathize and say they wait to stand there, they see how we can go. When we get out to make everyone they call say, oh man, take you now. Mommy go church, you see you young boy, we go train, you do what I go train. You need to make sense when you come back. You see mommy, we did pretty, you see mommy, you didn't show someone. Where you white go church, you really see him. You see him now, someone. No act of respect, no nothing. Very funny, very wicked. People now. That's what you did. Very wicked people. They treat me like super kind of them, but probably. You go as a primary school, primary and secondary school, the PS as yeah, they end up back. I'm okay. Did this. They don't go agitated. They go move. They put it on. They didn't see what you mean. No problem. We'll continue so. See what the guy.
So this is shameful. This is ridiculous. That these are the kind of people that we got ourselves unevenly yoked with. Because you get the account that he's presenting of a similar situation that happened again in Bamenda not long ago. And they do this all the time. When the need for those building materials is not collective and it's not so urgent, they go case by case. You just sit, you find they themselves, they identify that you are a businessman, you have money, they take your number. They go onto WhatsApp with a strange number. They send you messages concerning the liberation movement. Suddenly, they show up. They arrest you. They ask for your phone. They discover their own same messages that they sent to you. And they tell you, apologie de la sécession. And before you know it, they are telling you that they will take you to Yaoundé if you don't act. From those kind of people, sometimes they take millions. That's what they have been doing. Kidnapping publicly for ransom. Some hoodlums moving around and calling themselves MPs, I don't know whoever elected them, will never condemn this. Or they'll come and say, oh, those Samba boys, oh, they are kidnappers, those kidnappers, they are this and that. But this is happening before their very eyes and publicly, before everybody's eyes. My dear people of Ambazonia, we have to continue to take action because we're
if you look around,
for real trouble. We're in for so much trouble. If we don't do everything possible to get these people out of our land, I assure you, the time will come when we will no longer recognize even ourselves. We will no longer be able to attest to the fact that we're humans or we are not. We have to rise to the occasion. To end this show, I've talked on this platform several times that when you run, you say you are running away from the violence in the southern Cameroon's territory, and you go to the enemy territory to like the Cameroon, you are going to find peace. I've said 1,001 times you will never find peace. All you find is torture. I've talked about what they do to our business people in Douala, what they do to our business people in Yaoundé, how they extort them, how they squeeze them. You might have thought it was a joke. I know you have watched this video, but I'm refreshing our minds. Watch.
nobody is touched. Everybody, they are all fine. It is only us. It means that the main target was just us. Everybody, they are all fine. The whole Oja, they have not broken anywhere. They just target only us and decided to destroy our thing. We asked them that why must they decide to do this kind of thing? They say that we are Anglophones. We don't have any power to do anything in this Yaoundé. So they broke it without any prior notice. Nothing at all. This is the destruction that they have caused. Customers' work that are down, they have destroyed them. And we even wanted to film them. We even wanted to make a video while they are doing the action. They almost shut us down because they were here, well armed as if we are criminals.
of which we have not offended anybody. So that's what is going on.
So you see, these are our compatriots. These are business people who produce all kinds of crafts, chairs, construction equipment, and all of those things. And they're in Oja. You can hear their own account by themselves. How they came there, they didn't do anything to the citizens of the people who were there. They came, they happened onto them. The intention they have is the permanent impoverishment of the people of the southern Cameroons. Permanent impoverishment. Because they believe that as long as they continue to make us solidly poor, it will be easier for them to keep us under domination forever. The only thing they don't know how to do is how to make those of us in the diaspora too permanently poor. That's why I keep calling on us in the diaspora to understand that the responsibility we have towards freeing our land is very great, and we must do everything to live up to the billing. We have to do everything it takes to live up to the billing. Look at, in which country would a government happily go to destroy the activities of small businesses? We are hearing here in the United States of America, with the ongoing presidential election campaign, one of the candidates saying, I will provide $50,000 of tax breaks or whatever to small businesses. You hear both candidates talk about the importance of the middle class, of small businesses, about all kinds of incentives they need to give to help small businesses to grow. But in turn to La République du Cameroun, those who are facing the sledgehammer, those who have to be shattered, destroyed, annihilated are small businesses. And that's what they are doing in our land. They target all our business people. My dear people of Ambazonia, if you have really never been strong in this liberation movement, there is every reason for you to get up from slumber. Things are not getting any better. They are only getting worse by the day. If we don't restore our land, don't come and become too comfortable in America. Don't become too comfortable in Western Europe. Don't become too comfortable in the United Arab Emirates. Don't become too comfortable anywhere. Because home is where the heart is. They are accommodating us. They are helping us. They are giving us relief so that we should work hard to take back our homeland. Go and possess it. That is what it is. Folks, we need to get up from sleep. If you are sleeping, it is time for you to get up. We have to fight. Fight and fight and fight like hell to restore our homeland. That is the only thing that we have left to bequeath to the next generation of Ambazonians. So let us put our heads together and let us fight to make sure we attain this very lofty objective. Before I sign off, I must remind you about the two events I talked about. One, the fundraiser in Rome, 27 to 28 of September 2024, and then the massive demonstration in New York next Friday. Please be part of something. Don't just stay quiet. Do something. Do something. Do something. We must do something. We can't stay quiet. To God